On today's episode of the Cryptoverse, I'm going to share with you my top 2 ICO picks for December of 2017. Yes, I am putting my own money into these projects, and no, nothing in this video is sponsored. So all of that coming up on today's episode of the Cryptoverse, so stay right there. Hi there guys, welcome to the latest episode of the Cryptoverse, your regular dose of news and commentary on Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies and blockchains. I am your host, Chris Coney. Pick number 1, it's Quantstamp, quantstamp.com. For the record, again, nothing in today's episode is sponsored in any way, okay? So Quantstamp, it's going to be 2 things. One, it's an app that will run security audits on Ethereum-based smart contracts to check those contracts for security holes and bugs. Now, every Ethereum smart contract needs this, so there is a lot of potential customers for this security engine that they're going to build. So this process of auditing smart contracts, it's also largely done by real people right now, which is a slow process, and also there's a serious shortage in terms of the number of qualified professionals in this area. So an automated tool solves a big existing problem. The second thing that Quantstamp is going to be is a stamp of credibility. If your smart contract passes the audit, it will be given the, quote, Quantstamp, as a sign that you've taken steps to audit your code and it has passed. And then a final note on this is that it's not just an automated system. They're building up this second layer of professional human security auditors who will earn bounties if they find bugs in the smart contracts on the Quantstamp platform. So they're building this ecosystem around securing smart contracts. Now their crowd sale, if we click on this button here, or link rather, goes to the crowd sale page. It says it opens 2 p.m. today, the London time. So today is the 17th of November, and at 2 p.m. London time, this will be going live, and I will be putting my own money into this. Now, because it's a startup and it's very high risk, I'm putting in an amount that is equal to 1% of my net worth, which is, to me, a pretty standard investment unit. Now, under no circumstances should you copy what I'm doing here. I do not recommend you put any money into this project whatsoever, and I'm not qualified in any way to advise you on your investments. Now, having said that, if you independently decide to participate in this crowd sale, then you have to be prepared to flush any money you put into it right down the toilet. I accept that risk, and I'm proceeding with this on that basis, as I do with all ICOs. So that's pick number 1. Pick number 2 is this, Envyon. Again, for the record, nothing in today's episode is sponsored in any way. Not sponsored, okay? Now, I did a breaking news live stream the other day when some news came out that Chinese authorities were about to limit access to cheap electricity for Bitcoin miners. It turned out that news wasn't true. However, it did raise awareness of a serious liability for miners, which is the power grid, right? The power system. Coincidentally, a few days prior to that, I started seeing YouTube ads for this project, Envyon. Now, the ad depicted a truck dropping off this container full of mining rigs right next to a solar farm, and then there was another shot of it dropping off another one of these mining rig containers next to a wind farm. Straight away, I was like, oh my god, this is an amazing idea. Decentralized mining in terms of geography, in terms of power, and in terms of ownership. The other thing that got my attention is that Envyon is a token with a payout. Ding, ding, ding. Gotta love those cash flow and assets, yo. As it says right there, token with a payout. Gotta love it. Now, the video I'm talking about here is linked right at the top of their homepage. You can barely see the play button, but it is there. So if after watching that 2.5-minute video, your jaw isn't on the floor, I will be surprised. Now, this one goes live on the 1st of December. And again, I'm in for 1% of my net worth on this one. For me, it's super important to remain consistent in the amounts that I put into ICOs, because no matter how exciting the projects or how much research I do, the principles of sound investing must be given priority if I am to ensure my long-term success in this game, right? So that's the discipline part of it. So final point today is I've just added a new feature for my Cryptoversity patrons. I'm hosting privately hosted ad-free versions of the Cryptoverse in the members chat group. And I started doing this earlier this week. Seems to be working pretty well, so I'm going to continue doing it. So this, what I'm displaying on the screen right now, this is yesterday's episode. And if you can be bothered to type in the private link at the top of the address bar there, well, then you can watch that episode without ads and kind of get the preview of what it's like to be a patron, watch it in higher quality and without ads, right? I just figure that patrons are already paying me, so they shouldn't have to watch ads as well. That's just me. Now, the ad-free version is also published first, meaning patrons and members get to see it before it goes public. That's another benefit. And that's particularly useful when the information I provide is time sensitive. That allows the patrons to kind of act on it before anyone else. So there we jolly well go. Those are my 2 ICO picks for December. So thanks very much for joining me today, guys. If you liked this episode, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you're new around here, get subscribed. And if you would like access to my very best material, such as my structured online courses that will teach you step by step how to do things like make and save money with Bitcoin, go over to my website, cryptoversity.com, click on courses, and you can browse this range of online courses made by my own fair hands. Alright guys, that is all for today. I'm going to go over to Bitbrum now. Well, Sunday I'll be hosting Bitbrum, so I'll be back on Monday with another episode of the Cryptoverse. So until then, it's me, Chris Coney, saying bye for now.